Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live event. I have a founder of CodeSmash, Mario, and I have my co-founder Omar here. Welcome to the live event, guys.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, glad to be here with you guys this live event, and hope it's the first of many.
Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah, so we were just we're still dealing with the change with Facebook, and we wasn't sure if the actual event was live. But yeah, I've just checked on Facebook. We are live, guys. So this is the live event for Code Smash. As you know, we'll ask the founder Mario to introduce himself, tell us a bit about the product, and give us a brief run through of the product. In the meantime, I want you guys to come up with all these creative questions to ask him. And we know what everybody wants. Everybody wants the VPS servers. Everybody wants all of the full, the full jazz. That's fine. Those things are coming. But what we need from you is some interaction, some questions of when those features are released. What else are you looking for after that? Or for even specifically for the VPS service, what are the features included in that are you looking for? It could be anything. So keep those questions coming in, and yeah, we will make sure they get answered. So, Mario, if you can just give us a brief background on yourself and Code Smash and how it came about, that would be amazing.
Perfect. Thanks, Omar. So I've been actually in software development for now, what, more than 12 years, I'd say. Been doing, development for large companies, small companies, everything really. And I've decided to, at some point build something of my own. The first project actually, it was a social network. So I built that by myself called Immersive Communities, and took me 4 years to build by myself, and I did it. So that one was the first one. Then after that, I decided on CodeSmash, and that was in early 2023, right? February 2023, and I've been working on it since then. And as you all might know already, so it's a platform for development and also management of server resources. So basically, what I'm trying to make possible for people, especially people who are not all that technical, is to make it possible for them to, make their dreams into reality. Basically, business people who have some ideas, applications that they want to build, but aren't all that technical in building stuff. So CodeSmash is going to help them with the process.
Okay, so you told us a bit about what the product does, but what are the benefits of using a product like Code Smash?
Okay, that's actually a great question. So as opposed to the other alternatives, right? Let's take some website builders, right? Or also server management tools, right? So what CodeSmash does is basically makes you in charge, right? So everything is going to be hosted on your own cloud account. So currently, as many of you know, it's all hosted on AWS for now, right? So instead of going over to the alternatives where everything is hosted on their end, so at some point you are just basically, when you cancel the subscription, your stuff is gone, the servers, the infrastructure, the data, everything. So with CodeSmash, everything's running on your end. And since that's also possible, right, I don't necessarily have to pay for the usage cost. Then I don't make my users pay for usage cost of CodeSmash either. That's why it's also much cheaper to actually use.
Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, if you can just share your screen and give us a brief walkthrough of the platform so people can get familiar with it, that would be great.
Okay, let's switch just a second.
Omar, how's everything?
Sorry, were you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, brother. You want to give us some
uh,
updates?
no,
What's
I was
coming
just reading
next?
the comment. I was just reading the comment on the Facebook
You're
group.
reading the comment go.
Yeah, no, I'm fine, thanks. I'm lacking a bit of sleep, but yeah, okay.
See,
Yeah,
See,
too much work going on, brother.
too much
should
work going
work.
on. What's going on with the ceiling? So, guys, how everyone is doing? Feel free to ask any questions. Uh, Hello, Rohani. I
So
see
guys,
now.
just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I see it's already here, and I think we're gonna go on the. I'm trying to see what formats we have available, so we can just choose those. Okay. Yep. All set.
I think it should be possible to see everything. I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, this is the homepage, and basically, once you start using it, you get your own profile screen, and here is where you can see most of the important stuff, right? So how many accounts you have connected, your AWS accounts, your usage cost for AWS, right? So this is the total for all accounts. You can then, of course, drill down, and you'll actually be able to see the cost for each account and the services that you are using. So there's also a count of how many apps you've deployed, and so on and so forth. So once you've added your AWS account, you can actually go and deploy apps there, right? So let's go and check out the deploy app screen. So this one is actually quite simple because I tried to make it as user friendly as possible, right? So if we are actually going to try to deploy something, the only thing that we have to choose is basically the accounts where we want to, deploy your apps, and of course the region. So you can choose, one of, I don't know, I think 30 regions that AWS supports, and that's pretty much that. So once you've decided to actually deploy an app, you have to decide what exactly is it that you want to deploy. So currently, what CodeSmash supports are three different types of apps, I'd say. So you can deploy web hosting, right? So this is specifically serverless web hosting, which means that you are hosting your website, but you're actually not paying for it, right? Unless it's actually being used, unless it's someone is actually accessing your website. So this is for static websites, right? Then you have something very specific for this web hosting. You have a Next.js boilerplate, right? So basically, this is an application that you just deploy, right? And it goes directly into your web hosting. Now, of course, you should understand that you don't necessarily have to use Next.js. You can use any, single page framework. For example, if you have your application built in Angular or Vue or any type of, React application, it's also going to work on this here web hosting. And lastly, the most complicated one is the REST API, right? So this is something that is actually used to build some kind of server-side processing. So let's say you're building an application that's going to store data in a database, right? For example, you've got customers, you've got articles, and the purchases. So basically, that's something that you can do. You can create an API that's going to fetch this data from a database and also store it. So that's pretty much it. Now let's go and see how this actually works. So let's first choose the web hosting, and we can give it some names. So it's going to be.
Mario, sorry, quick question. Is it possible to zoom in on your screen a bit? Because I think people are finding it a bit small.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Let's see. Let's see. How about this? More?
maybe a little. Yeah,
How
yeah,
about
that's
this?
better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah,
Perfect. Perfect.
thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. So the only thing you have to do, you just type in the name of your app, and of course, you just click deploy, and at some point, you will be notified that the deployment has started. So for this specific type of app, the web hosting, you can clearly see it says here that it started successfully, right? And if you go to the app screen, so this is right here, right? Let it load. Okay, it says right here that the early bird web hosting app has been created. It's now in the process of being deployed, and it's going to take about maybe 7 or 8 minutes. And the reason for that is that you are now actually getting, dedicated resources on AWS created for you. And you're probably asking yourselves, what what's the benefit of this? It's actually quite simple. So you can create, dedicated resources for each of your clients. So let's say you have an agency, right? You can easily either create your own AWS account and add it to a CodeSmash, or just take your client's AWS account and build everything for him. Once you're done building, you just remove the access and give give the ownership of the account to your client. That's it. So it's that simple when it comes to building. Uh, we will let this go and keep deploying, and we can just go and deploy something else. So you don't have to wait. Even though it's being deployed, I can actually show you right now. You can see here that there is spinner here. It means that this application is still being deployed. But while this is being done, of course, you can go and deploy something else. For example, the REST API, we'll just call it the early bird API. We're going to click deploy. It's going to start. So nothing too fancy. It's pretty much the same process. Again, it's going to notify when it's ready. And yeah, it says that it started deploying. And you can see the early bird API here. So that's also going to deploy. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 minutes. This one, we will then be able to see what it does. And while that's actually going on, if anyone has any specific questions, feel free to ask.
Uh, uh, yeah, hey Mario, I think it's
Yeah,
best if we keep the questions till after the presentation,
sure,
and
sure,
then we
no
can ask
problem.
them all in one go. Yeah.
Okay, we can quickly actually switch to the API builder. So if we want to go slightly more into just a bit more detail for the builder, I would say that the most important part is if you've ever used a tool like Postman, right, and you've tried to test some kind of endpoints, API endpoints, anything that's HTTP related, you probably saw something like this, right? So this is actually a paid tool. Postman is a paid tool, but with CodeSmash, you're basically getting it for free, right? So you can just check your endpoints, whether they're working. You can test anything, send the data, get the data back, and so on and so forth. At some point, this should have been completed. We can now go and check how it's going. So you can see here, okay, while this is being deployed, you can actually see that the pipeline is actually telling you that it's still in progress. And you can actually see the AWS resources. I've just opened a new tab. You probably cannot see it. Let me share this tab for you right now. Uh, Please let me know if you can see this new tab.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so by simply clicking that item that I showed you previously, you are now sent to your AWS account, and you can see the pipeline that actually built your REST API. And it says here that it's succeeded. You can go back. Let me just share this tab. Okay, you can probably see my CodeSmash again, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so now that let's just quickly demonstrate this. Okay, we see our early bird API right here. Now it's loading. So we've selected it. Obviously, we have no routes, but we can clearly see here where it says deploy API. It's the check mark is now green. It means it's successfully deployed. So here's the thing. Let's say you're building something for your backend, some kind of system, like I said, for purchasing for clients, for your articles, and so on. You're probably going to have some system that's going to store that data in a database, right? And in some way, your front end developers need access to that data, right? Because they are at some point going to show it to your users, right, on your front end. So you can proceed by basically just creating routes, basically endpoints for your API, how you're going to, access this data. And of course, I think you can see here that you actually get this here URL. By this URL, you can actually access your API, and that means also your data. So we will see how this can be tested. But let's just continue and show a simple example of, just adding the data to the database and retrieving it. So something really simple. Just click Add Routes, and we have all these routes generated automatically. Of course, this route is going to be getting us our customers. We can interact with the customer data in a database. Nothing else actually needs to be added. Now, if you want to add something else, for example, if you want to work with articles, the article data, you just add another one, and you can clearly see all of this has been added already. We can redeploy the app, of course. While this is being redeployed, we can actually, so if you want all the actual, functions that are going to be needed to work with the database and the data are implemented in each of these routes. And you can see them here. We are not going to actually go into detail how they work. We're just going to check them out. So for example, if we want to, add some data, some customer data to the database, we would probably go about it like this. We can just add, for example, this is going to be data that your developers are going to fill in. You don't actually need to bother with this. You can just click execute, and you can see that in your table, right? This is your database. You actually have a new user now, and this is a customer type, right? You can keep adding, for example, change the ID, right, to number 2, change the name, right, to John, whatever, right, and just keep adding, right? So this data is now directly in your database. If we now switch to another route, the customers, we can now simply execute this, and we are getting back a JSON, right? A JSON formatted object with both our users, John and Steve, that we've just added. So if you have some kind of, needs to create some kind of processing, each of these functions here that you see, you can actually add them from here, right? For example, fetching the data from a third-party API, comparing some values that are greater or smaller than each other, anything that's no code related, you can do it from this menu. So once that's done, you can now do something like this. You literally just go and copy this URL and you give it to your front-end developers, right? Once you give it to them, they can use it on the front end and show the data on your API. That's literally it. There is nothing more that needs to be done. The only thing that I will demonstrate, let me switch to this tab. I will take this URL, okay, and I will paste it in. If I paste it in just like this, it's going to tell me it's an invalid route. That's because we didn't choose a route. But if we go and type in customers, you can literally see that our, browser, Chrome browser, is actually giving us, the data back, our JSON data, right? So the Steve and John users that we've added, it's being retrieved through the browser. So like I said, this URL can now be used anywhere. So it's basically pretty much this simple. This is how you can create your, backend server processes. And as I said previously, this REST API is serverless. So you're not actually paying for it unless it's actually being, utilized. Other than that, it's completely free. What else can we say about it other than that you can actually see all the services that are actually deployed for this specific app for the REST API. For example, the DynamoDB database, if I switch to it now, let me also switch the tab. Hope you can see it. We are now back on AWS, and the 2 items that we've added are in your database. So this is safe now. And like I said, let's suppose that at some point you don't want to use, CodeSmash. That's absolutely fine because your data is always safe with you on your
Yeah.
AWS account.
Yeah.
So let's switch back and go back to our
Mario,
other.
quick question on this. Sorry, somebody's
Please.
just asked: is there a GUI for users like Superbase?
Yeah, it's like Supabase, but people usually use Supabase on the servers that are hosted by Supabase itself, so they pay monthly subscription and
N-
so on.
No, the question was: is there a GUI like Superbase?
The GUI like Supabase, in what way? Because that's just a second. So if you go to the API builder, right,
Yeah.
and you probably want to see the data, like I said. Just a second. So let me load the API. So this is the testing one. I actually didn't show how to test, but it's actually quite simple. You see this here? It
Test
says
route.
test route. You just click on this and it shows you that you are now testing the customer's route of this here API. You just click test route, of course, and it shows you the data. So you said the question was, is there a GUI like Supabase? This is where you get your results. So this is the GUI, and if you want to see data in the database, Supabase shows, this here tab functions, right? So the data is shown here in the table. Or like I said, you can switch directly to AWS and see your data.
Okay, I hope that answers the question, Mohammed. Yeah, if you can carry on, we can get to the rest of the
Yeah, I
questions.
think we're done with this one. Let's just quickly go to the hosting one, right? So I think that's going to make a lot more sense now. Okay, so we've deployed hosting. What is it that we get with our hosting? We get three services as well. These two are not all that important, but the important one is this one here, CloudFront. So this is a CDN, like basically it's called a content delivery network, same like people what are used that people are used to Cloudflare. So CloudFront is basically like AWS's Cloudflare. And when you deploy a web hosting, obviously you get a URL. So let's take this URL now that's been deployed, and let's switch to this screen, right? Okay, hope you can see the screen. Let me just load this. And currently it says access denied, right? On this here URL on the cloudfront.net. This is because we don't really have anything on our, you know, uh, web hosting. So let's go and actually deploy an app. I'm switching back to, I have switched back to CodeSmash. So now the question is probably something that everyone wants to know. How easy is it to actually deploy an app into this web hosting? So
Yeah.
you just go to deploy app. You just type in the name. Let's call it early bird web app, right? You go to the select app to deploy and click here Next.js.
Next.
And now the only thing you have to do is obviously select your web hosting into which you want to deploy. So you click here and just wait for it to load. Obviously it says early bird web hosting. So let's check this one, right? And just click deploy. So what's CodeSmash doing now? Same thing like previously, right? It's creating your app. It's building this Next.js app, and it's going to tell you when it started. Okay, so app deployment started successfully. It probably takes around, I would say, a minute for this to be finished. You can always, switch to the AWS console to actually see how it's going. But for now, let's just wait for this to finish. We can actually go to the early bird web hosting here, and once it's done, you will actually have a full, a completely running Next.js app on your web hosting. So it's that simple. It's probably going to take, like I said, probably a minute. Once it's done, it's going to be running. So we are going to have a look. What else needs to be mentioned? Oh, of course, the most important thing. Like I said previously, just a second, let me show you this again. So if you go here, like I said, for now, there are only three apps here. Obviously, at some point, what everyone wants to know is when's VPS coming, right? And WordPress and other things like Nathan and so on. These are all going to be listed here, right? So you will all be able to, just deploy them with a single click, like I just showed you. It's going to be as simple as that. So once that's done, I think it's going to be a lot more useful to a lot more people. That's pretty much that. Let's go and see if our app has been deployed. And please understand that, like I said, these are the apps that you can just launch from UI. But if you actually go into your web hosting and you have, like I said, an app built in something else like Vue or Angular, you can just take the static files like HTML and JavaScript and just copy it there manually, and of course it's going to work. Let's just see if this is done. You can actually go and look at the pipeline.
Give some.
Okay, build process is only 1 minute now, so it will take a couple of more seconds and then it's going to be done. Yeah, it says it's just said it succeeded. So let's switch to our CloudFront. Share this tab instead. Hope you can see the CloudFront. Let me just quickly, refresh, and
Oh,
we're done. We have Next.js app, of course, with the CodeSmash logo. Just get your code. Oh, and of course, you should understand that everything you saw here has code behind it, right? CodeSmash actually takes the code and places it into your AWS account. You don't have to see the code, but it's there. But if you give it to, let's say you hire some developers, additional developers, you can just give them access to the code and they can now work on your, Next.js app. They don't necessarily have to have access to CodeSmash, just the repository where this front end is stored. And you can actually see and find it if we switch back to this here tab. So this is the tab that has created our front end. We can just go here into repositories as well. So it says here AWS code commit. We just click here, and everything is listed here. This is the code in all the files and the folders. It says clearly CodeSmash Next.js boilerplate, and you can actually your developer. Let me switch back. Now we're back on CodeSmash. Just by clicking here where it says git URL, your developer will be able to get the URL to the repository and copy it, literally clone everything from AWS onto his desktop and work on that. So pretty much it should be used, like I said, actually it can be used and should be used together, no code people like non-technical people, business people, and technical people can use it, at the same time. So one side is going to probably use the UI, and the more technical people are going to use, the code that CodeSmash creates. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
okay. Just I'm gonna interrupt you. So I'm getting. I got a bit lost. And I think many of you guys who are watching probably got lost as well too. So I'm gonna try to jump in a little bit
Yeah.
and to understand. So I do have to connect my Amazon AWS
Yes.
with CodeSmash, which is not very technical, and I think many people know. You create a IAM user
Yeah.
and
That's
you authorize it,
yes.
and if you have the JS code, like if you bought it from somewhere or somebody built it for you, that you can deploy it right here on CodeSmash.
Yes.
Now, once I deploy that, do I still have to connect all the databases and everything, or is it like just figures it out as its own? Like for example, if somebody comes in and creates an account, does that creates the database itself, or how does it work?
Depends. If you
Depends.
bought it
Okay.
from somewhere and that system uses a third-party database,
Hmm.
then obviously you will need to create a database as well. But as I've shown you with the API builder, you can create this API that's already connected to a database.
Okay, so for example, I'll give you a very good example. For example, all the WordPress application that has their own database, that it's connected with the database. So it's kind of a same thing that in WordPress the database creates automatically. Here
Yeah.
you can specify the database and you can connect your application with that database. Does
Yeah,
that
so
make
for
sense?
WordPress, yeah, it's different for WordPress. That's all going to be, together, right?
Yeah.
When you
So
deploy
in
WordPress,
in
everything going
future,
to, yeah.
what we're looking at, it's to deploy one click kind of WordPress. So for example,
Yes, yes,
if I connect my Amazon AWS account, I can deploy WordPress in one click
yes,
and
yes.
start building my site.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What
For
about
WordPress, yes.
like some like PHP scripts and stuff like that? Is it possible?
That can also go on the VPS, right? So
That
as
can
soon as,
also go on VPS. So if I deploy a VPS server, I can pretty much
yes,
do
do whatever
any
you want.
application, I
Or
guess.
anything on it. Yes.
Okay. So you do have to connect the dot where it needed to be. For example, the connecting the database to the application. Make sense?
Uh, Again, depends on what you are working with. If it's something custom, because what I've shown you right now, these are custom things, right? This Next.js template and API, these are two completely separate things. So you have to connect them somehow. But
Yeah.
WordPress and its database, these
Automatic
are things that are together. So
together.
no connection is
No,
necessary.
no, I completely get that part.
Yeah, just for
Uh,
users. I'm just saying
yeah.
for
What
users.
about like, for example, like how you're like, sometimes you go onto those backends where you deploy. Not going to mention any names, not to create any conflicts between. Usually, you can see the how your server's health is, how the security is. Is these things I will be able to view it from CodeSmash?
Yes, because Amazon exposes all of that as through their own API. All this data is exposed, and I can just display it for each and every one of your VPSs that
Do you
you.
have anything right now you can show us?
No, no, currently not. But that as soon as the VPS is done, right,
Mhm.
we can get its data and just show it in charts, in tables and graphs. Everything is possible. Yeah.
So okay, so I think I hope that helps, guys, because I try to be as simple as possible, because
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you guys probably wondering the same thing. I don't know anything about Python and all these different languages. I don't know how they work. I have used AWS, and I have managed to deploy and stuff like that. It's pretty simple, not simple, but you get it. You fail first or second time, but you third time you get it. I will, Omar. Why don't we start with the questions? And uh, the can you, Mario, just show me one thing? Where you go in the deploy app? Can you go back there, please?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
So here, you said that you will see all the WordPress and all the stuff you'll be able
Ah,
to.
here.
So where
Yes.
exactly it was? Okay, here, right here. Okay, guys, this is where it is. Okay, so that's where you will see once you connected your Amazon AWS, you will be able to deploy WordPress and any VPS that you need. You can do it from here. Make sense?
Yes, because if you see, it actually tells you apps to deploy, right?
It's to
So
deploy.
it's going to say WordPress here or just simple VPS, which is going to be empty, and then you can go and add some custom stuff there. Or if it just says WordPress, then you will get both VPS and WordPress in one.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Omar, back to you. If you want to go through the questions. Thank
Okay.
you, Mario.
So the
Sure.
thing with the questions is Facebook has done it again where the first half of the questions are not showing. So we're starting from halfway through or even, yeah.
Okay, let me check if I can.
Yeah, have a look if you can see the earlier ones because I can't see
Yeah,
the earlier
I'm
ones.
pretty sure we got a few. Uh, we have a lot of users, so if you guys feel free to just let us know the questions, and we'll go through as as of now.
Yeah, okay. I'll start by here. Do you have any channel for support customer, like Facebook group or Discord?
Yeah. The Discord is there. I think the Discord is linked. Is it linked on on the early bird page? Right. It should be there. I think I've seen it.
Okay. Is there CLI in CodeSmash?
CLI. Okay, so that's one of the things that I have planned. Right. It's going to be downloadable from npm. So you're just going to say, npm install CodeSmash because I've already set it up. So I've taken the name in npm, CodeSmash, so that no one can take it. I just need to implement it.
Okay. So Chenna is asking, so static websites are free on AWS. How many?
Unlimited.
Unlimited. It's not free though, is it? They have the AWS cost on their side.
Uh, if you look at the pricing for 1 terabyte of data or 1 gigabyte, something like $0.023.
Yeah,
One
so it's
static
very
website
cheap.
is 15
Yeah.
megs probably, so you will never pay anything. Don't even think about it.
Okay. Is Mario the only person developing this?
Yes, for
Okay.
now. For now, at least. Yeah.
For now, okay. I saw CodeSmash website and couldn't find the regular plans and pricing. Have you put it there?
So currently, it's being promoted by early bird. So this is the pricing that early bird has offered.
Okay. This needs retuning in the UI level to simplify for day-to-day usage. It could be too technical for people to pick up. Adaption rate is important.
So here's what I'm going to say. Everything that you saw here is more for actual developers, no code developers, but still developers. What you're probably thinking of is more on the management side. So that's going to be much simpler than what you saw, right? Because it's just going to be the deploy and look at the statistics of your, the server, right? The metrics. So it's obviously going to be much simpler. You're probably never going to touch any of this if you're not a developer. You just want to manage your servers. I just wanted to demonstrate what currently is possible. So everything that comes after that, that's with respect to VPS, it's much easier for me to build than everything that I've built here.
Okay, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
How many static sites are free? Manoj, it's unlimited at the
Yes.
moment. Yeah. It's have native integration with a no-code tool or need to use HTTP request.
Yes. I mean, HTTP requests are always used in the background in the browser, right? But the thing is, this is a good question. I'm actually making a video, right? That's going to be my next YouTube video. How to use it with Bubble, right? With their API connector. So you can use it with Bubble. You can use it with any other, you know, website builder that can query, that can make requests to third-party APIs, right? For this API builder, and then I'm going to just make Bubble plugin, which will make it even more simpler to use than with the API connector. So you can look forward to that as well.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you have detailed videos and walkthroughs? How good is the documentation to start with?
Uh, yes. So the videos are on my YouTube channel. If you go here, just a second. If you go here, right? So this is where it's gonna take you, the YouTube, right? So I'm not gonna go here right now, but so that we don't interrupt. But this is the YouTube channel, and yes,
Y-
so the YouTube tutorials are there. The written
Mario,
document. Sorry.
the screen is not showing, it's still the dashboard. So if you just switch the tab to show the YouTube.
No. I can give the link to the YouTube channel, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to interrupt right now. That's what I said.
Okay.
So basically, what I'm
Okay.
just saying, The YouTube tutorials are there. The written ones, you can clearly see it says here tutorials. They're there. It's just that they're slightly outdated. And the reason is because I just changed the UI recently, right? So I have to update them. Other than that,
Okay.
yes. So the tutorials are there. They just need to be updated.
Okay, next question. Mohan had the same question about knowledge bases and all that, so I hope that answers that. What are the other cloud providers you will add in the future?
Everything that people have asked me for. So for the cloud providers, something similar to Amazon is Azure, Microsoft's Azure, and of course GCP, the Google's cloud. And for VPSs, obviously, people prefer the Hetzner. So I'm going to add that as well.
Okay, but I think a point we should make is that Mario's looking to build this product based on your feedback. So if there are specific channels or specific features that you need, you mention it, and then if there's enough demand, it gets added to the roadmap. So that's how it works, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Which AWS product services do you support directly?
Which services directly? As in, I mean,
Which AWS products services do you support directly?
I mean, if you want to, deploy an app, you're going to get some services deployed with the app automatically. And as I've shown, hopefully you can see, right? You can see the screen. So when you deploy, for example, I'll let it load just a second. Need to refresh. For the web hosting, right? So when you deploy web hosting, if you go down here, you will see which services you have with this app. So each app actually consists of several AWS services. For example, this one is AWS Lambda. This is an S3 bucket, and this is CloudFront. Now, when you deploy, where is it? API, REST API, you just go down here. And obviously, you see API Gateway, Lambda again, and DynamoDB. So these services are now in use with these apps that have been deployed. And the next one is, as I've said, VPS, and that's going to be, AWS Lightsail. That's Amazon's, version of VPS.
Okay. What are your active support channels? Okay, he's already mentioned that. I mean, support channels is email, right, at the moment, or?
Both email and the Discord. So you can just go on Discord and ask in the main chat called CodeSmash. But there's also a specific one called, support. But just ask anywhere. It's fine.
Okay. Can we be able to deploy static websites in different cloud platforms with this tool later?
Yes, that's the point. Yes, that's the idea.
Okay. I agree. On Superbase, for example, we don't need to build an API, but it seems that we need to build an API here just to use Dynamo. Not quite sure how CodeSmash actually simplifies anything by comparing to Superbase.
Simplifies. I mean, basically, like I said, the difference is you are owning pretty much everything. Usually with what's it called, Supabase, right? You would just go and host everything on their side. But here you're hosting everything on your side, and there are no limits, right? With Supabase, you will have limits, and as soon as you cross those limits, you have to go to a higher subscription level. So that's the main advantage. And with Supabase, you're actually writing code, right? You're not writing code here. This is a no-code tool, right? So all the functions that you saw previously, those visual blocks, that's all generated for you. And like I said previously, there's no actual code here for you to write. So the better comparison would be to Xeno, right? Xeno is more of a no-code tool, while Supabase is more code-based because you actually have to use, either JavaScript or TypeScript to, get some code, get some data back.
Okay, thanks for that.
Sure.
Automated CI and CD builds. Can you demo or explain this? Do you support CI and CD like GitHub Actions?
Yes. So if you saw that small, blue spinner that was spinning when I clicked deploy, That's all in the background. And when I switched on to the AWS screen and said this is the pipeline, that all those builds are being done automatically for you. So you don't even know it, but CodeSmash, when you deploy an app, is actually creating a CI/CD pipeline for you on AWS, which is why I said that when you at some point say, "Hey, I don't want to use CodeSmash, I want to use something else," fine. You have your whole system on AWS in CI/CD form, and you can give it to a developer who knows what he's looking at, and he's going to know how to work with it. So that's that.
Okay. Is there an app preview URL after you have deployed an app?
Yes, you just go to the URL and you pretty much just see the app, right?
Okay. VPS is something worth looking at if we want to deploy some app and use them on the cloud. I don't know if that's a comment or a question. Okay. What are the benefits of deploying WordPress on a serverless architecture with regards to performance?
I would say the most important, the, the the reason why you would actually want to use it is it's just simpler, right? You don't have to manage it, not necessarily for performance purposes, but there's no server management with serverless, right? It's all managed by AWS, and also it's cheaper, especially for websites that are just starting out. If you have, some kind of long running processes that process the data all day, then obviously you will go with a server. But if you have something like, WordPress, where only a few people at a time are coming and viewing your website, then it's much more cost effective because you will not get charged unless your site is being browsed.
Also, you
Okay.
can apply for those credits,
Yes.
Amazon credits.
Okay. Can you give sample apps created through this, i.e. using CodeSmash?
Yes. So you can see some of them on what's it called? On the homepage. These are the clients. I don't necessarily know what they built with them, but some of the clients are listed there. And I know for some of those, at least two that I've been working on. So I've handed them over. One that's actually on the website has actually been shut down recently. I think that was only the MVP, but yeah, they were built with CodeSmash.
Okay. Can I redeploy apps using API to CodeSmash?
Redeploy an app.
Yeah. Can I redeploy apps using API to CodeSmash?
Oh, he probably means if he already has something and he wants to move it to. Okay, that would be something like migration, right? Cloning your existing one to CodeSmash. That shouldn't be an issue, right? So that's just a question of copying existing files from somewhere and placing them, on a hosting that's created by CodeSmash. That should be possible at some point. Yeah, I should add that feature if that's really something that's requested.
Okay. Does it cost a lot to deploy one-click WordPress on tier one because it's not included?
So if
I
it's
think
not,
that you should be answering that. Oh, boy.
Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, there has to be so when we're pricing these plans, there has to be some kind of upsells to tier two. We can't include everything, can't be included into tier one. It just doesn't make sense. So there are some features that are only currently available on tier two, and that is how it will be. So I hope that answers the question.
basically,
How
what we're trying to say by the tier two, simple as that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're saying by the tier two.
Tier two has more of value compared to the tier one, and you get a lot more. And with lot more, like you have, I believe, unlimited workspaces. I think you also mentioned the workspace. So once they have the workspace option available, and unlimited users, and I'm guessing whoever buys, I genuinely think you guys should connect with Mario and ask him, this is the feature I'm looking for. Would you have admin privileges for the users, stuff like that's what he's looking for. This is why the early bird deal is priced very low compared to what he had in his mind. I think it was about 400 something or 350 something. So
425.
and it's an enterprise plan that you are getting. So it's right now it's and I know from the past, like a lot of people, we see those deals and we are not sure, and then later on then they end up going bigger. So I believe Mario it's onto something very big, and yeah, I'm not gonna try to, but you got the hint.
Makes
Okay,
perfect
yeah.
sense.
So yeah, I think a simple way to look at it is as soon as all these features are released, and we're talking a couple of months here. We're not talking. This is not
Yeah.
a long-term roadmap, guys. When we're talking about these features, it's very, very short-term roadmap plan. The question I'm asking you guys is, when these features are released and everything works fine and there's no issues, how much does an unlimited plan cost?
Yeah,
I,
that's
I,
literally the only thing.
Yeah, so I'm talking like reseller market value as a lifetime deal. So I think getting in a 199 now with a 10% discount is an absolute like crazy deal. Crazy deal. The July 1st deal that Mario had planned for himself was to sell the enterprise plan for $425 without any 10% discount. So just bear that in mind, because when these features do get released eventually, and we're only talking a couple of months, the value of your investment will it'll pay it back because you're going to use the product anyway. Because I just think it's one of these products that anybody and everybody who has anything to do with websites and apps and all this type of management will use. But your return on investment is crazy on this deal, guys. 199, like we could have probably sold this for 299. We've had a great response since we launched yesterday. Uh, I think if we sold it for 299, we probably would have had the same response. So the deal is a crazy one. So I think it's almost impossible to include all those features in just tier one. I think tier one for $99 itself provides a lot of value for those who don't need, the unlimited workspaces and things like that. So yeah, I think what we've managed to secure here at Early Bird with the Code Smash deal is represents great value. Okay, so let me get back to this. I must say, one-click WordPress is gold. Thank you, guys. WordPress Cloudflare integration would be really nice. I second that
Yeah,
as well.
that can be done.
Okay, 80% of people here are for WordPress. I think
Yes.
I think 99% of people here are WordPress.
No,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Actually, I've been, like I said, building this since February 2023, right? And since I started, people said, "Hey, this is nice, but what about WordPress?" And then I decided, okay, that's it. It's going on my roadmap. I don't. As soon as I'm done with what I'm building now, it's going on my roadmap. That's it.
So
Okay, last
what are you currently working on? Like what is the feature are you currently working
I
on?
just delivered right this API builder,
Hmm.
and I just need to make a couple of YouTube videos and make this plugin for Bubble,
Oh, so
right?
you are planning to make what does the plugin will do? Just curiosity
Just
level.
let you bypass, Bubble's pricing you when you make HTTP requests to third-party APIs, right? So Zeno has that, right? And everyone likes using Zeno with the Bubble, so they don't have to store the data on Bubble side because it's very expensive. But if you look at it, what I've been saying, previously, compared to the AWS, Zeno is again insanely expensive, right? So if people switch to CodeSmash instead of using Zeno with Bubble, it's again going to be much cheaper for them. So
okay,
I have to
So
create help out these no code developers who are using things like Zeno with
so
Bubble. Yeah.
Xenos, I'm looking at their pricing. So do they host or it's the same concept
Yeah,
as
no,
code?
no, they host on their own site. So basically, when you cancel the subscription, it's gone.
It's gone. Okay. Okay.
okay.
Because I
Ask
I
this.
do see it like the pricing for those there is a free one, limited, like one workspace with like 100,000 total record, and then the launch one is about $85 a month.
It's 99. Actually, if you switch to monthly, it's 99.
Or switch
So
to
this is yearly.
monthly one. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, I see. Okay, 99, and okay,
Yeah.
and that will give you only three workspace.
And then after that, you're just going up in the price.
Going up. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Okay, we got a lot of questions to get through,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
let's.
please do.
Yes, okay. Asif is saying he asked about serverless WordPress. I believe he answered that question regarding
Yeah,
serverless WordPress.
it's coming.
Will deployment work using the plugin for WordPress?
Yeah, yeah, there's absolutely no issue. You'll be able to use it any plugin that you would usually use anywhere.
Okay, Mohan is asking, how about the security? It's quite critical when there are sensitive data.
So it's as secure as any, VPS on AWS. So you don't have to worry about that. If you want to implement something like, DDoS protection and that, there's going to be features for that as well. You'll just click, hey, use additional layers, and you'll be able to deploy those as well without you actually, needing to configure anything.
Okay, Rouhani is saying, I think mainly highlight the WP serverless, security context, and possible automation on deployment. There are other things that will come in, such as PHP frameworks. So, okay, so I think he's replying to somebody else.
Mhm.
What I have understood so far is basically instead of running a backend, just build an API and build your own app UI in front end technologies like Next.js. Seems like more for front end developers having good knowledge and experience with building out on APIs. So that was a
So
question.
that was a question. I
That was
mean, yes, if you're a front end developer, not really a back end developer, you can use your regular Next.js skills. You just deploy it for here, here on CodeSmash instead of, for example, Vercel, which actually doesn't allow you to use. I think that the original plan, the free one, doesn't actually allow you to use it for commercial purposes. So you have to immediately switch to the next one. With CodeSmash, it's fine. I mean, whatever you use it for, it's up to you. I don't really mind. And yeah, if you're a front end developer, you can build your Next.js apps or anything else, and it's going to actually make your life much easier. If you want to build, back end stuff, but you're not a back end developer, you don't want to go and set up all the APIs, all the infrastructure. CodeSmash just does it all for you. You just use the function blocks, and you process the back end data, get back the data through the API. You show it on the UI. That's it.
Okay, thank you. On VPS, all kinds of applications can be installed, whether it is PHP, Node, Python, or something else.
Yes, yes, that should be supported, of course.
Okay, there we go. Update is a big problem. Can it also help to upgrade server component like MySQL, PHP, and HTTP server?
So that's all possible. Yes, yes. So AWS, supports that. So I can just expose those features through CodeSmash, and the users can update.
Mm. Okay, Francois is saying a little too technical for me, I think. Okay, Alberto is saying, I can see Mario is a coder and you can see his love he has for CodeSmash. For a tool that is supposed to be codeless and easy, it looks difficult and very much like a programming view. Any thought of changing the view and making it little more pleasing? How soon will it be before more apps are deployed like WordPress?
So that's just a couple of months away, right? And like I said, everything you saw here, if you're actually not a developer, then you can mostly disregard, except that screen where it says deploy apps. That's all you need to remember.
Yep. Okay. Can you give some? Okay, we've had that question. How many members in your development team? There's one. It's a one-man team as of now, guys. Okay. So a single site on a single VPS, or there will be WordPress manager to manage multiple users and WordPress instances.
Yes, of course, you will be able to deploy because AWS supports that natively, multiple WordPress sites on one instance.
Okay. Any use case deploy or build WordPress there? What the WordPress feature is not available yet, so there is no any use case deploy or feature. I don't know. Can we build WhatsApp app using CodeSmash?
If you need, I understand. Yes, I understand what you need. The only feature that you will need currently is real time notifications, right? So when someone sends a message, right, you need to just get it without you going and check it. So when I've added this API, actually this one needs another version that also, of course, AWS supports. It's called API Gateway number 2, right? Version 2. So once I've actually just added that, then real-time notifications are also going to be supported, and you can build WhatsApp or whatever you want.
Okay. So the next question is, do you have AWS cost management through CodeSmash to stop or to notify if reach a certain amount?
Actually, AWS is going to send you emails anyway, but yeah, I can go and just add something where you can set it through CodeSmash, so you can see basically, hey, this is the limit. I don't want to spend more than this, and stop all the services that have crossed that limit. So yeah, I can add that to my roadmap, because it's true. Actually, a lot of people have asked me that already.
Okay. Can you show what kind of videos are in CodeSmash so we can see some things that can be easily done with CodeSmash? Alberto, I'll
Yeah,
send you the link to the YouTube
yeah, it's
channel.
all on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Mabel is asking, in the long run, do you intend to expand the team beyond you? Because when you have a big pool of customers, it will be hard to manage on your own.
Yes, that's the goal. Having as many people helping out as possible, but it's not all that complicated, because the only issues that could arise are with maybe servers themselves, and that's something that usually Amazon handles, right? So they have managed servers, so you don't really have to worry about that. But handling CodeSmash side, that's really easy for me. But yeah, the goal is to expand.
Okay, the features to deploy on VPS, including the feature to set up each web app as a separate container to prevent hack. In case one web app is hacked, file manager firewall, filter ban shut, and start services such as MariaDB, Nginx, PHP, etc. Is it ready? If not, how long would it take?
So that's for VPS, right? So
Yeah.
that's going to enter development soon.
Okay. Do you have a roadmap to share so we know which feature is priority based on majority vote?
Yeah, it's on what's it called, the homepage. So if you just scroll down, you can see it. And you also see this here icon, the GitHub icon, the white one with the black, this here animal. So if you click here, you will go to GitHub account. I can send you guys the links. And there's also, like a very nice screen that shows you the roadmap, all the items, and all the comments that are there, and everything. The items that are
Okay.
actually going to be done, that are in preparation, that are in progress, and that are done. So everything is actually listed here much nicer than on the homepage.
Okay. You mentioned about Bubble, but can you use it with Flutterflow?
I'm I think I mean, personally haven't used it, but I think that Flutterflow allows you to make requests to third-party APIs. So you should be, if it does allow that, then yes, you should be able to.
Okay. I saw some people comment that they don't like the AWS cost is not secure. How reliable is AWS in your opinion?
It's as reliable as any. There's no real difference between the security implementation of AWS or Azure or Google Cloud.
Okay, Asif is saying DevOps skills are needed for deployment. Newbies can't do much at present in the app.
No, no, because you didn't even know that the CI/CD pipeline is there, right? So I actually showed you because you don't need any deployment skills, right? You just click deploy, and you don't need to have any, actual DevOps skills. You don't build those pipelines. CodeSmash builds them for you, and they are triggered, and your, apps are built by CodeSmash automatically. So you don't actually do anything. It's all done in the background by CodeSmash.
Okay. Ruhani is saying AWS is just like any other. It depends on us how we secure it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
True.
To summarize, this easy deployment service with pre-built templates. Am I correct?
Yes, all the templates, you can actually see the code, right? All the templates are on AWS. So they're, no, not on AWS, they're on GitHub. And the CodeSmash just pulls them when you want to deploy something, right? So you can actually see the code that you are getting.
Okay. We've got a bunch of questions to go through, Mario. So these have to be very, very quick fire. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to be here
Okay.
all day. Okay, can I say that CodeSmash today is all about deploying a database, and that is DynamoDB? So let's say I want to work with DynamoDB. Can I just enter data directly from CodeSmash like I were to enter data to Sheets?
I mean, currently that table that you saw doesn't support entering the data, but of course that feature can be added. But you can click on the icon that takes you to the database in AWS, and you can enter data there. So very simple.
Okay, do you use CodeSmash to deploy CodeSmash?
So since I just built the API, right? I just built the API builder. That's pretty much one of the first items that I've deployed. So not yet.
Okay, in my opinion, this product is not for beginners at present, at least. Yes, it makes developers' DevOps job
True.
easier.
That's true. Yeah,
Okay.
true. Not for beginners.
Yes, I have an app inside I want to redeploy after update and revisions.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
this
That's fine. Of course, you can always redeploy. You just click on the icon deploy, and it just goes.
okay, comment from Tuhin is saying only tier two makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Tier
point.
two always has more value than tier one. Yes. AWS is a market leader. If there would be issues, it wouldn't be there for a long time. I completely agree. Okay, Joginder, in VPS, what will CodeSmash do? Will it install, update the OS database, Nginx, and other components, or only deploy the web application?
Yeah, I mean, all the updates can be, exposed as well. So you'll be able to do that as well on each VPS server.
Okay, Mabel is saying, I agree. Tier one is a little bit disappointing. I'm disappointed that you're disappointed, Mabel, but tier two is where the magic is. Okay, I'm not sure I saw the answer to this and have asked a few times. Okay, I can't see the question, so I don't know what that is referring to. Carol is saying, I hate WordPress. Um, okay. Will the software marry my backend to a front-end theme that I created or purchased?
I didn't catch that.
Will the software marry my backend to a front-end theme that I created or purchased?
If you have static files for your theme, right? You can just deploy them manually into the hosting that you deploy with the CodeSmash.
Okay. Tools like these are critical for SLA and SAS or WP or anything in between. I'm going to say again, as many other elements are needed, such as recovery, rollback, and server updates and security tuning. If this is target to developers, they also need peace of mind.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
okay. Does it support one-click backup?
Depends of what, but currently I've actually enabled for DynamoDB automatic backups.
Okay. Can you manage multiple VPS servers when it's ready? Yes.
Unlimited, yes.
Unlimited, guys. Unlimited. Okay. I just want you to remember that word, unlimited. Uh, are you alone? Are you alone? Code Smash is have insurance. He's a lone developer at the moment, guys. But yeah, the plan is to build a big team around this. Okay. Asif is saying there are a number of critical features missing right now. He needs to increase team size to speed up development of CodeSmash.
I agree. Yeah, I mean that would be
Um,
awesome.
okay. Where do you see CodeSmash in 5 years?
That's a great question because I've been thinking about that a lot. But aside from what I'm going to do now for the server management, right, and the deployment side, that's going to be there. That's going to be primary, focus. But also aside from just having stuff that I've just shown you, the building the backend side, I'm going to add a UI builder, right? But it's going to be like insanely simple. And once I have both the front end builder and the back end builder, then I can compete with full stack, website builders like Bubble and Webflow as well. But not only that, because I'll also at that point have server management. Because think about it, if you're building something, some custom SaaS, sure, you can build certain parts, but you don't necessarily want to build everything. For your CMS, you might want to deploy a WordPress, right? Bubble doesn't have that. They're just custom development. And if you want, workflow management, that's going to be that Nathan, right? So you'll be able to deploy that with CodeSmash. So it's literally going to be all in one.
Okay. Are we not trying to do too many things in a single app? If you have to pick two or three important features that aligns with your vision for the product, what would that be?
So what I started with, right, trying to create a website builder, but I'm also going to now start adding because of the requests. Literally 80 to 90% requests are for the server deployment and management. So there's no other way but to actually add that as well, because it looks like that's going to be the main source of revenue.
Okay. How much is your costing per month? How sustainable before monthly recurring revenue occurs?
Great question. $40 monthly for my account, AWS account.
So, guys, yeah, his the monthly costs related to this product are very, very minimal at the moment. Even when they do increase, they won't increase by that much. This product is already safe for the next, I don't know, what was it, 15 years?
I
What
think
was the number?
30 with 15K that I've gotten.
Yeah. So for the next 30 years or so, it has runway for the next 30 years. So there's nothing to worry in regards to that. So that comes to the end of the questions. And yeah, the ones we missed, guys. So the way Facebook works now is as the comments
Unfortunately.
come in, they start showing less of the ones that previously came in. So because of that, we haven't been able to ask those questions or answer them. What we will do is Mario's in the group anyway, so we'll ask him to in his when he has some time to go through the group and just answer those questions when he has a moment. Uh, Thank you for everybody who attended. We won't be able to do the giveaway just because we missed all those people who asked questions previously. We want to include everybody. So what I will do is make a note of everybody who attended, who commented on the launch post as well, and I'll create a video of a giveaway, and it's just more transparent then. And then yeah, one lucky person can win a code. Okay, what's this last comments? Give some examples of what you can build on CodeSmash to make money. For sure, Mario, you have some ideas. I got the same question. Carol, that is the brilliant question. Give us
Right.
some examples of things we can build on CodeSmash that will make us some money.
Actually, what I need to add, and that's been a long time coming, is just Stripe integration into Next.js template, right? So once you
Mm,
have that, you can immediately start selling, and you can start selling whatever you want. So
mm.
it doesn't
Yeah,
really matter.
they're asking you for some kind of ideas. So if you were to
Ideas.
build an app using CodeSmash, what would you build?
Oh, anything that's a user custom. I'd say consumer oriented. Simple things like like some kind of review website that's very easy. You just have your users, you store their text, And it can be a review for anything, for some products, for restaurants, for trips, this and that. That's very easy to do.
Okay.
Or just, our regular, web shop. That also works.
Yeah. Asif is saying we can sell ready-made WP websites. You can indeed. Code Smash to build a Code Smash clone will be fun.
Who said that?
Muazzam. Good idea.
Who said that?
Muazzam.
Muslim. Muslim, you got some crazy ideas, brother. You gotta be careful with this guy, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, Mario, any final words before we leave?
Just that this was an amazing, event, amazing experience. Thanks to you, Mar and Sam, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to show what I've been working on for quite some time. And also thanks to everyone who joined today and just gave me all these questions to think about. And yeah, that's that. So thanks a lot to everyone.
Okay, so what I
Right.
will say, guys, is Mario is a very, very passionate developer. He's built this product with like full love, full care and attention. He brought it to market and he sold pretty well. It didn't have, I think, the correct product market fit for LTD users. But what he did do was he listened to your feedback, and what he's doing now is he's implementing all that feedback and releasing the features that you do want. So that is how product that is how the feedback wheel works. That is how product market fit actually, like, the entire process is that in a nutshell. So you bring a product to market, people tell you why they don't like it and what they want instead, and then the developer goes and builds that. So this is what you're seeing here. The reason why this deal is so cheap at the moment is because those features have not been released. When those features are released, then the price for this deal absolutely skyrockets. So if you can see the vision of the founder, if you can understand the journey he's been through, meaning he wanted to build something, he's a developer, he wanted to make the life of developers very, very easy. Now he's going to a completely different direction where he's going to keep on focusing on developers, but he wants to include features that you guys want, such as the VPS servers. Thingy was added to the roadmap. Add custom, connect to custom VPS servers because
Yeah.
Rouhani wanted it. So these, like, so many different features are being added. All these security implementations that are going to be available on the platform. All these are being added because you guys have asked for them. So that's what we're saying. We're saying support Mario on this lifetime deal, but give him feedback. Like, you can say stuff about the product and you can test it and give us all this feedback. All we will do is try to take the best bits out, see what there's demand for, and then build the product accordingly. So that's where we're at the moment. The response to this deal has been amazing since yesterday. A lot of people are interested. Yes, the people who are interested in buying are buying a roadmap, and it's not something we usually do. We're not here to sell roadmaps. What we do is we bring products that are already working, the features that we've already tested. But we believe in the vision of the founder. We believe that the roadmap we're selling you is extremely short. We're talking a couple of months here at best. So we wouldn't have bought this product to market if we didn't believe in it. So we're asking you to believe in the founder as well. And like this deal has only just started, so keep the questions coming in. You know, all the feedback, try it, and yeah, just let us know exactly what your thoughts are, and yeah, what features you want and what direction you want the product to actually go in.
Yeah. So, like I said before, there's tool that we are currently using, and a lot of people love. When they launched, that time they didn't had much, and it does take some time. And now whoever had that, those tools, they are like, oh, I got the 100 server license, or I got the unlimited one. So this is one of those kind of product that will get better, and the product will improve. As of right now, even right as of right now, the product is, you can use it if you know how to deploy and how to do the API and all these things. You can do all that right now as well. But what you guys want, that is something he's working on it, and he is promised to deliver those things. You can also look at the deal page. It clearly mentions there too. So full transparency here. Mario goal is to take this product to a next level with the help of community. Thank you guys.
Okay, I think that wraps it up. Thank you for everybody who attended. Look out for the giveaway tomorrow. I'll make a quick little video and we'll announce the winner there. Um, yeah. Any final words, Mario, before we go?
Worst case scenario, if you need me, I'm on my Discord channel literally every day. So if you need, updates on how I'm doing, just drop in and ask me.
Perfect. Thank you everyone for watching. Really appreciate. Bye guys.
Thanks. Bye,
Take care, guys.
guys.
All the
Thanks a
best.
lot. Thanks
Bye.
for joining.